I haven't ever done one of these, so I imagine it's going to be enormously poorly lit, and I'm going to say the wrong thing, and I'm going to offend people. I think when you talk about a topic like this, it is almost inevitable, so it comes with a necessary trigger warning that what I'm talking about is the overturning of Roe v. Wade in America. I've been passionate about the rule of law all of my life. I believe that laws should be made to promote equity, to overturn inequality, that they should be made in the interest of all people and not for those purely for whom it is expedient to do so. I've also believed in the ability of law to correct injustice. I believe in access to justice. I believe in helping people who can't otherwise afford it the opportunity to have quality legal representation so that they can find a measure of justice within what is an inherently unjust society. The decision of the US Supreme Court to overturn Roe v. Wade is therefore the most regressive thing that I've experienced in my lifetime, and I'm not ignoring, for example, the California Parliament granting LGBTQI people the right to marry, only for Proposition 8 later to revoke it prior to the Supreme Court confirming a universal right of marriage equality throughout the US, which now is, one must assume, equally under threat. The late great Christopher Hitchens said in his critique of Mother Teresa, which is another topic, that there is only ever one thing that has reduced poverty and reduced inequality in the world, and it is the empowerment of women. It's the only thing that has ever worked across cultures, across time, to reduce poverty and to lift the standard of living of all people. For that reason, the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade and to essentially say, in the great free country of America, that women don't have that autonomy, is as bad as it can be. We don't have any moral authority now as a Western world to go to those countries where women's right to autonomy and freedom is even more precarious than it is here, and say to them that they should do better. We don't have that moral authority anymore. We only have, well, I'm not sure what we have left. And that's what makes today and the last 48 hours sad and producing of hopelessness. Obviously, we can't stay that way, but it nevertheless is where we must start. We must accept that the silence of many people has led to this evil to seep into the organs of government, has broken down the walls between the state and the church, which all good countries, those that are most free, maintain a law of separation between. There's nothing good about this at all. There's no preservation of life. I can't honestly believe that a conservative movement that is so pro-life that they only care about a child before they're born, but after they're born, consider them to be on their own. There are literally the same people defending the right to bear arms, leading to entrepreneurial Americans making backpacks for school kids that double as bullet shields. What do you make of that? It's not pro-life. It's an arrogance and an inconsistency that is writ large. That's an extreme example, but there are others. And this won't end with an attack on the most fundamental right of women to bodily autonomy. It will go further. Unless and until, one, we depoliticize the organs of the judiciary, which should be an axiomatic thing anyway, or two, the people decide that the organs of government that are governing them are no longer legitimate and should be changed. The difficulty with a Supreme Court ruling over legislation and declaring what is and what is not constitutionally valid is that it almost nobbles the legislature, who we depend upon to fix the problem. There needs to be some other solution, and right now I can't think of it. Right now I'm not energized to think of it. Right now I'm thinking about those 60 to 80 people in a facility in Western Virginia who, when this decision came down, having made the incredibly difficult decision to walk into that facility, were told that their appointments were cancelled. I don't know what that's like. I can't even potentially imagine what it's like, and I don't pretend to. I confess my ignorance about so many things to do with this debate. My voice is not valid. My opinion's not valid. But nevertheless, I have to wonder, what do those women do now? And what do we have to do? I'm not sure how you raise a young girl in this modern world. We can't go to other countries and tell them to be better if we're not better ourselves. I can't understand how we raise young girls in this country and say to them that they are equal when systemically, and now in America legally, they are not. Imagine saying to a man that you couldn't do what you want to do. It's a really bad day. It's not a good day. But it's not a bad day just for America. It's a bad day for everyone. And I don't want to fall into that Scott Morrison trap of saying, well, I'm a father of daughters and therefore occasionally I think about what they must go through. I'm puzzled by it, I must say. I'm puzzled by it. I haven't been on public transport for a while, but I remember some years ago, after I got off from a train, and it was late at night and the sun had gone down, and I was walking up a street, just a footpath, to go to my car, and there was a woman approaching me, and I saw her flinch. I saw her brace as she passed me, and I thought, how did I do that? How did I make you feel unsafe? So today we mourn, we cry, we scream, we throw things. But tomorrow we have to put on our adult pants and go to work coming up with a plan to make things better. And if you are a young girl, or if you are a woman, and if it is really painful, I'm so very sorry. There is nothing about who you are. I shouldn't have to say this. There is nothing about who you are, or what you present into the world, or the gifts that you have, or the quality of your character, or anything that you contribute to the world that makes you deserving of this. It's not fair, it's not right, it won't ever be right. It's shameful, it's deeply shameful. That it should happen in a Western country is incredibly shameful. But put on our adult pants we must. And to recognize, as Megan Rapinoe said today, the intersectionality of all of this. It didn't start here, it won't end here. And I don't genuinely believe it's done in the name of anyone's God, at least not a God that is worthy of respect. I'm sorry, I wish there was a positive message to leave you on, but there's not right now. But we must hold hope that there one day will be. The first thing we need to do is give back to women their fundamental right to control their own lives. And I swear to God, whatever God you believe in, everyone's life will be better once we do.